What's up, everybody, and welcome to the very first ever Cooper Stuff podcast. I'm very excited. Thanks so much for joining us. And first of all, I got to tell you what we're going to be talking about on the Cooper Stuff podcast. We are going to be talking about stuff, all right? Stuff that people ask me in interviews, stuff that you guys tweet me and ask me, stuff about my songs, stuff that I think is cool or funny, movies, music, whatever, we're going to talk about it. However, I want to say this. I am going to aim to never make this podcast political. I don't want people fighting and screaming at each other.
This is the final straw!
There's plenty of stuff out there for people to fight about, and I want Cooper Stuff to be something that you can just enjoy, maybe make your day better, and get you thinking. So let's get to it. For our very first one, being that it is Valentine's week, I thought it appropriate because the thing I get asked the very most on the road is, how have you stayed married for over 20 years being with your wife on the road? So the name of this one is going to be called, What is Love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. Anyway, before we dive into what it's about, we have to start with this.
It's fresh!
Spider-Man is my very favorite superhero. It's the first superhero that I totally fell in love with. And this was a gift to me from my manager, Zach. It's I'll show you. There it is right there. This is number 2000. Hold on. This is number 2403 of 4,000 made. I love Spider-Man.
It's fresh!
Okay, so we're diving in. What is love? It's Valentine's week. People ask me, every interview I do, I've been on the road with my wife, Corey. We've been married for 22 years, almost 23, if you can believe it, because I'm so young, and I look so young. It's amazing, isn't it? I know. People ask me all the time, how do you do that on the road? Because being married is hard work. Being on the road is hard work. I don't care who you're in a bus with. You can be in a bus with Gandhi, and you're going to want to kill each other at certain kind of points, okay? So I think the very first thing we have to talk about when we ask, how do you stay married? How do you stay in love? What is love? I think the first thing we have to look at is this. It is expectation. Now, you might say it's easier for Corey than it is for a lot of other people because she's married to me and she's constantly impressed with everything that I do. You dropped your book, babe. I got it. We're just gonna take that. There we go. All right. Hey, Cor, do these pants look all right?
Yeah.
Yeah? How about the back? How does the back look?
Yeah.
You didn't even look. How's this look?
It looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about if I go like this? They look all right?
Yeah.
A little faster, maybe? Like a little washing machine? Or a little bit of... Yeah. Got you a little water.
Oh.
Look at that. A little water there?
You just put it down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not really a... All right.
See you later.
All right. Okay, maybe I exaggerated a little bit. She's not always impressed. Here's the thing. When we fall in love with people, we do really, really dumb stuff to try to impress them. Sometimes we think that it's working, and usually it's not. I've actually found in my marriage that if I actually am impressing my wife, it's usually because I'm not trying. All right. Oh, what are you doing?
Nothing.
So when we're first talking about being married or falling in love, we got to talk about what you think it's going to be. A lot of people think it's going to be like this.
It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
Or maybe it's going to be every day just like this.
And I love you.
Some people think it's going to be like that Twilight movie with like a guy staring at you from across the room. It's not like that. It's creepy. Creepy. I call it stalking, but that's just me. Or maybe some people think you're going to be walking down the hall at school and you're going to see your boyfriend or your girlfriend looking at you, and what's really happening in his eyes is, you're amazing just the way you are. And you hear some people say, when I got married, it was like, I get to wake up every single day to the most amazing person in the whole world, my bestest friend, hashtag besties. Or maybe you think, every day when I wake up, I'm going to look over at him and he's going to say, you're even more beautiful than I thought. And then she's going to say, I know, and I'm not even wearing makeup. Listen, after 40 years old, I think everybody should wear makeup. I'm not even joking, because around 39 or 40 years old is the time when you see a photograph of yourself and you go, oh my gosh, I'm actually dying. Or some people just think they're going to wake up every single day by the sound of their spouse saying, you're even more awesome today than you were yesterday. But let me actually give you an idea of what marriage is actually like after 22 years. Okay, girls, you're actually awoken in the morning by the sound of the loudest, most gigantic fart you have ever heard. So here on Cooper Stuff, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you what I really think. So here's the truth. Being married is wonderful. I've been married for 22 years and I love it. Being in love is awesome. Romance is awesome. Passion is awesome. Having a best friend that you're married to is awesome. But not every single day is going to be like rainbows and unicorns. You're going to have some hard times. And when I say you're going to have hard times, this is what I'm getting at. If you are looking for someone in this world to fill up all of the emptiness you have in your soul and your heart, then you are going to be disappointed, because a person can't do that. That is what philosophers call the human condition. And another person can't actually make you feel better all of the time. You have to find in your life that for yourself. True love is not going to be about giving me, make me feel good about myself, make me feel secure. I'm not happy. I need you all the time. That's not what true love is about. And for a lot of people, this great emptiness in their life can create a sadness. And then when you have this sadness and this emptiness in your life, you are looking for someone to blame that on. And the most natural person to blame it on is your significant other, because maybe they're not pretty enough, or they're not rich enough, or they're not doing the dishes enough, or whatever it is that you're looking for, you're blaming them for those problems. I want to share with you something from my life that was the most powerful, I think, purest version of love that I have ever experienced. And that is when I had my kids. When you first have kids, these tiny little babies, the love that you have for these kids is so powerful, you can't even really explain it. It's something that just naturally happens. It's inherent. The way you serve them, the way you look out for them, the way you feel protective over them, it's an insane love that you can't even really describe. But the interesting thing is that it's not reciprocal. In other words, like if me and my wife love each other, I treat her good, she treats me good, I do something nice for her, she does something nice for me, we communicate. That's a reciprocal relationship. You have these babies and it's not reciprocal. They don't love you back. They might smile at you, but it's usually just because they have gas. They don't know what's happening. So you're actually not getting anything from this relationship, but you are looking after them. You are serving them. You are protecting them. It is not reciprocal unless you call like dumping like 10 times a day and barfing everywhere. Every cool rock star shirt I have, it has like white puke stains, spit up stains, and you smell like sour milk. Unless you call that reciprocal, there's not really anything you're getting from it, but you have this insane love for them. And what I have found is the more that I do for those babies, the more I change their diapers, the more I bathe them, the more I look out for them, the more I sing them a song when they have to take a nap, the more bedtime stories I read, the more I am doing for them, the more I actually feel like I am loving these kids. I am growing with them even if they are not reciprocating that love back to me. And the interesting thing is the more you serve these kids and the more you give, the more of your life you're giving to them, you're changing the diapers, the more poop you deal with, all of a sudden you're finding yourself more in love with these kids than you even were to start with. Why am I talking about parenting when I'm talking about Valentine's Day romantic love? It's because this parenting for me has been the most purest form of love that I've experienced, because I wasn't looking for someone to love me back. Romantic love is the same way. This is an amazing truth that I've learned in my life, in my experience, but this has been a tried and true philosophy all the way from the Bible, all the way to the Beatles. And here is the key. True love gives. True love is not selfish. It's not looking to say, what can you do for me? Give me, give me, give me. I need this from you. Fill up all my emptiness. Make me feel beautiful. Make me feel strong. Make me feel like I belong. Give me a reason to live. That's not what true love is doing. True love is saying, what can I do for you? The Beatles said it like this: in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Gandhi said it like this: the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And my favorite book in the whole world, the book that is the cornerstone of my life, the Bible says it like this, simply: it is better to give than to receive. When we talk sometimes about serving someone, or almost like a sacrificial kind of love, there are times when there's a bitterness that can creep into some relationships, when people feel like, I have sacrificed so much for you, I've given up my dreams for this marriage, or for parenthood or motherhood or father or whatever it is. And I just want to encourage people not to think of that as it might be a sacrificial love, but not like you've sacrificed so much, because that's what it means to love someone. You made a commitment to someone, and you need to honor the commitment that you made to love them. And in that, loving them doesn't mean it's always going to be easy, but not to view it as a sacrifice in terms of something that cost me a great deal that I'm not sure you're always worth. Not to lord it over them, because that's what love is. What your commitment is when you say you're going to love someone, serve them, and honor that commitment means that I'm going to do what is best for you. And at times that may mean sacrificing something that I want to do because I love you in that kind of way. If you need more proof that it's better to give than to receive, think about it like this. We just had Christmas a couple months ago. I love getting a Christmas gift. I don't even mind if you're looking for something to get me, think Star Wars or Marvel Comics, please. Or buy my record twice. One for a friend. You know what I'm saying? I love receiving a great Christmas gift. Who doesn't? But all you have to look at in your life is this. As you get older, you may have already found in your life, giving someone a great Christmas gift is really awesome because you're excited about it. I'm one of those people that get so excited that I'm dying to tell my wife what I got her for Christmas like a month earlier. I'm like, do you want me to tell you? She's like, no. And I just can't take it because I want her to know how much I love her. I want her to know how much thought I put into this. I've been working on it. Maybe I even built her something. And I'm so excited about the surprise because I know it's going to mean something to her. You don't have to look very far to see the truth that it is better to give than to receive. And so for all you guys out there looking to get a great Valentine's gift for your lady, maybe don't worry about doing push-ups to impress her. Maybe try like washing a dish. And what I discovered in my relationship with Corey was the more I was looking to see what I could do for her without getting something back, this amazing thing happened, the more I felt necessary to her. Just like I did maybe for my own children. The more I felt necessary to her, the more I just felt better on the inside because I wasn't looking for her to fulfill a need inside my heart. I wasn't looking for her to make me belong. I wasn't looking her to make me feel like a real man or to feel appreciated. I just was going, what can I do to make your life easier? All this to say, true love gives. True love is not selfish. And I think that there is a similarity in the purity of the way that you can love your own child without getting something back, and in the way that you could love your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your loved ones, that you're not looking for what they can bring to you. You're saying, what can I do for you? And I have a feeling that if you try that this year, that all of a sudden you will find in your relationship that your love is growing.
How do you know that?
For today's How Do You Know That? I am going to read the absolute awesomest thing that has ever been written about love in the history of the world. It is from my very favorite book. This is the Bible. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. That's pretty awesome.
Ha! Hallelujah! Woo!
Thanks so much for watching the Cooper Stuff podcast. Hope you had a good time. Feel free to leave comments below, talk amongst yourselves, maybe make some new friends. Follow us, tell your friends about Cooper Stuff, and keep rocking.
Cooper stuff!
Am I real? What about a little bit of that right there?